Good morning. Well done, girls. Yeah? Hey everybody, Bekka here. Ever since deciding to get a flock of chickens again, I have started studying on how to preserve, or if there's any other options of preserving eggs other than boiling them, hard boiling them and put them in the freezer, or doing pickled eggs, because you know you can only do so many pickled eggs, right? Well, one of the things that I learned fairly quickly is water glassing eggs, and today that's the experiment that I'm going to start off with. Those that are here for the first time, I'm here to empower you with a natural health lifestyle, and part of that is showing you my homestead and encouraging you to grow in your health. Today we are talking about water glassing eggs. Water glassing eggs is a old school way of preserving your eggs, and I am so excited because you don't need canning equipment, you don't need a refrigerator. It is very easy. All you need is hydrated lime, water, and a good bucket or crock if you have a crock. I picked up my bucket and lid from somewhere. I wonder where I got it from. And then I have my water already measured out, and then the lime. I got, this is calcium hydroxide or hydrated lime. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about the hydrated lime really quickly. There are different names for this. You can use pickling lime from the canning section at your local store if you can find it. I could not find it here in my area, and I did not want to pay that exorbitant cost on Amazon, so I did not pick it up. I did not pick up pickling lime. Now, what I did find, the only lime that I was able to find in my area was this right here, and it does say hydrated lime, and I got this from my garden center. Now, learning about this water glassing, I learned it from Carolyn from Homestead Family YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to that video. And then I also cross-referenced it. She referenced James Townsend, which is another YouTuber that I follow and love. And I'll leave his rendition of this video in the description section as well. Both of them refer to don't use the hydrated lime from the garden center. But of course, I'm one of those that ask questions. So I picked this up, and it doesn't say it just says contained hydrated lime, but it does have an ingredients list here, and it lists magnesium oxide. Now, talking to some of my other homesteading buddies, they mentioned that magnesium oxide, you don't want that in there. Now, I did not go and do any other digging on that, but they also mentioned the hydrated lime from the garden center often will have some sort of pesticide or fertilizer in it, and that's why you don't want to use it. Now, I did go one step further. I contacted this company right here, the Nitrofos. I contacted that company, and they said that the only thing in this bag is hydrated lime. And though the analysis at the end on the back does say magnesium oxide, which could be a byproduct from creating this hydrated lime. And like I said, I didn't go any further. I just went ahead. I felt kind of iffy about using this since everybody is saying don't use this. Now, if you've used this, a particular product, and have success with it, I would love to hear in the comment section. Because everybody says don't use the stuff from the garden department. I could not find, at this time, I could not find the 50-pound bag of hydrated lime in the building materials department of the big box building stores. But I did order, this is more going to be for like scientific experiments and stuff like that, which this bag cost me about the same amount as this bag. So let's see, yeah, $3.39 is what I paid for this, and I think I paid $4 or $5 for this. So not too terribly bad. It was a lot cheaper than buying. I think it's like 6-ounce bag for like $13 of the pickling lime. But if that's all you can find, and this is something that you want to do, then go for it. The pickling lime would be a safe alternative or a safe avenue to go. I would love to get a hold of the 50-pound bag of the building material because it's used for masonry work, but in our area we're having a little harder time finding these oddities here and there, and it might just be because we live in a more rural area. But this is what I ended up using for this experiment, which is the calcium hydroxide. So for water glassing your eggs, it's really easy. You want to use, for every quart of water, you want 1 ounce of your hydrated lime. Okay, really easy ratio, 1 quart, 1 ounce. So I have 8 quarts sitting here. So of course I've already measured out 8 ounces of this hydrated lime. So the first thing I'm going to do is pour the water and the lime mixture together to assimilate the mixture. So there we go. We got my rinsed out bucket on one of my kitchen chairs just to get it up off the floor and make it easier to work here. And I'm going to pour in 8 quarts of water. So there's our 8 quarts, and I bet you that water will work almost all the way up to the towards the top. So you know, as you put in eggs, it's going to displace the water a little bit. And then here is my 8 ounces of hydrated lime. Here we go, all mixed up. So I have my water all mixed up, and now let's talk a little bit about eggs. You cannot use store-bought eggs with this particular preserving method. They must be fresh eggs from the coop without being dirty. You can't wash them. You don't want to put them in the fridge and then put them in your preservatives later. Eggs, and when they're laid, they have a protective coating that is over the shell because the shell is porous. There's actually a protective covering over this shell to protect the humidity and stuff, you know, the humidity transfer and everything for the potential chick that would end up growing in this egg in correct conditions. But whenever you wash it, you wash that protective coating off. So that is why you can't use store-bought eggs, and that's why you can't use dirty eggs. So this morning when I collected some eggs, I had some that were dirty, so these wouldn't be good for preserving, but there's nothing wrong with these. All I would need to do is wash them, and then I can use them in the very near future, and they would be just fine. So that's what I'm going to do with the eggs that ended up being dirty that I collected today. And that's what I'll do in the future. I am going to continue to add eggs to this until at least halfway, for this experiment, and because I have a plethora of eggs at the moment. I'm getting about 20 eggs a day with the flock size that I have at this point. And we are working on culling down the flock to about 12 chickens, which would give me probably about 10 eggs a day, which is actually more manageable for our family. And which was also the original thought of this flock. We were going to butcher some for the meat and then save some for the eggs. And we're just at that point, at this moment. But anyway, so until between now and the time that we butcher, we're going to need to do about 20 more chickens. Until we butcher all of those, we're going to have quite a few eggs a day. So I figured this would be a better long-term storage because all of the other YouTube gurus are saying this will last up to 2 years-ish. So anyway, I've got quite a few clean eggs that I'm ready to put in the lime wash, the lime and water. But one more step is lime is very rough on your hands. It will actually dry your hands out quite a bit. So I'm going to put on gloves because I have sensitive skin and I don't want my hands, just messing with the powdered lime. My hands are actually starting to feel fairly dry. So I'm going to put on some gloves to finish this process. All right, just so you could see what I'm doing, I took quite a bit of the water out and put it in a pot just to be able to show you how I'm laying this out. Now these eggs, once you get enough for the bottom, which I'm hoping all of this will cover the bottom, you want to be able to stand them up on the small side. So this is the small side, here's the big side. You want to stand it up on the small side. So that is my plan. Let's see how long it takes me to play with these eggs to be able to do that. All right, I had just enough eggs to be able to lay down on the bottom, but not enough to be able to start propping them up. But in the next few days, as I add eggs to this, I'm going to start turning the eggs, butt end up, which is the fat end up, and just continue to add eggs on top as it goes. And of course, I'm going to have more water in that. Like I said, I just took enough water out just to be able to see what I was doing on the camera. So that's it. So now that I have added the eggs that I have for today into this, I added the water back and just went ahead and brought it into my storage pantry for longer term storage. So each day I will come in and I will bring in the clean eggs that I don't have to wash. I will add it to the solution and be able to put, and I should be able to start putting butt end up and then close it up every day. It's just that easy. So there we go. That's the process, starting to water glassing eggs, which sounds like a great pantry preservative for eggs. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave in the comment section if you've experimented with water glassing eggs, and in about 6 months I will give you an update of this process and see how it goes. I will talk to you later, and until then, get healthy, be happy, and homestead on. Bye. If you like content like this and looking for more information on maintaining health naturally, go check out bekkasplanet.com for herbal, health, and homestead. I will see you there. Bye. All right, another day, another 8 eggs.